Holy shit. All right, this is the last one. If I don't get this one, I'm done. Yeah, that's better. Okay. In 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? It's Andrew, and welcome into No Cap Space WBB. We are coming up on the mid-season point, the midway point before we get to the end of the WNBA year. And in order to discuss the midway point properly, we got to go through and do some mid-season awards. On NoCapSpaceWBB.com next week, our whole team is going to give you our composites. Our first team, second team, all W, MVPs, Coach of the Year, you know, all the awards the W gives. We are going to dole them out halfway through the season and then come back to it at the end of the year to see how close those midseason picks were. So I figured I would jump on a little early and get the conversation started with everybody. It says, gauge where your picks are at, who you think has been the top dog this year, who's in the MVP race, who's on first, second, third team all WNBA. I know they don't do 3 teams in the league, but we do it in our group, or who you think has been balling out in a particularly special way. We're going to have 2 people out there at All-Star. Shawnee and Tyler are going to be boots on the ground in Indy. And if you are in Indy, or if you know anybody that is going to be in Indy, you might want to send them this, because this is a really cool opportunity for anyone who is a baller or knows a baller. This week in Indiana at All-Star Weekend, Fran Harris, former Texas National Championship in 1986, former WNBA champion with the Houston Comets, is hosting her fantasy camp in Indy during All-Star Weekend. As many of you know, we've talked with Fran on this show before. She's a good friend of the program, helped us out on our Legendarium. For those that don't know, she also does the color commentary on Dallas Wings games, and she is bringing a great group of people. Former WNBA player Bridget Pettis, former Sacramento Monarch great Ruthie Bolton, who also won a WNBA title herself, is going to be on hand for this, as well as a multitude of college coaches that are going to be at the camp checking folks out. It's not just for those that are trying to hoop. It's age 18 and up. It's all skill levels. So make sure you sign up, because this is going to be all sorts of fun. They've got a 3v3 tournament that they're also going to be having as well. And it's something that you just can't miss. The spots are limited. Friends ball free. This is a cool thing. It ends on midnight Sunday. So if you sign up, one of your friends can come for free as well, and you can make some pretty good memories too. So reserve your spots there at FranHarrisAllStar.com. It's going to be Saturday, July 19th, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. in Indianapolis. It is going to be an absolute blast. We're going to put it at the bottom so people can check it out. FranHarrisAllStar.com if that is what you are looking to do, or know somebody in the Indianapolis area that is looking to ball as well. So let's jump in to my All-WNBA first team at the midseason point, because I got a lot to talk about, and I have a feeling that some people might wonder exactly what I'm doing here with the selection. So let's jump in to my first team that I got here, because I could go through all, maybe I'll run through what the votes are. As you can see, this is our little handy dandy spreadsheet where we track all of our voting. We do it the WNBA's way. So we do 5 points for first team, 3 points, 10, 8, 7 for MVP, etc. And then the aggregate of the votes is what you're going to see Thursday on NoCapSpaceWBB.com when you check out our midseason awards. But my all-W first team, if the season were to wrap today, and I'm curious to see who makes a push on the back end, but this is where I am right now. Skylar Diggins of the Seattle Sounders, Allisha Gray of the Atlanta Dream, Asia Wilson of the Las Vegas Aces, Nafisa Collier of the Minnesota Lynx, and Alyssa Thomas of the Phoenix Mercury. Let's go through all these, because Skylar Diggins and Caitlin Clark was probably the hardest thing to determine or decide for me in terms of who I wanted to have as that fifth guard in the rotation for first team. Because when she was healthy at the start of the year, it felt as though this was 100% a shoo-in for Caitlin Clark. I had Caitlin Clark's name on this for the last 3 weeks, and lately I feel like Skylar Diggins has just come on to such a degree that I've got to switch this up. And I'm going to go into the statistics here. We're going to make a little argument just to see, and maybe I might be proven wrong on the fly. We will figure it out in due time. So let's pull up Caitlin's stats first here, because this is from WNBA reference. I like to look at a lot of the advanced stats, because when you start getting into counting stats, especially, at this level, you're splitting hairs more often than not. It's a difference of point 1, point 2 points per game. Caitlin has a very clear upgrade on Skylar when it comes to assists per game, but there's other stats here that I think Skylar, especially on the defensive end, we've seen a lot of impressive things from her. So I want to go through with Caitlin because I think there's been a little bit more to these injuries. There's been a little bit more rushing back. It's a different offense. It's a different coach. So you're starting to see some things a little bit differently. Her assist percentage, believe it or not, is actually up to 45.6. So meaning the amount of field goals that a player assisted while they were on the floor, that's the percentage. So anytime Caitlin's on the floor 45.6% of the time, the baskets are assisted by her. The usage rate is a little alarming, goes up to 31.7% from 27.7 last year. The offensive win shares are way down. The general win shares per 48 are way down. Her defensive rebound percentage is up, but all of her other shooting percentages are also down. The free throw rate's down, 3-point adjusted's down, true shooting, PER, all down, all the way across the board. And for me, that's the kind of thing where when I'm looking at these types of numbers, I feel like I have to adjudicate it properly, right? Because right now, Skylar leads in PER, Skylar leads in true shooting, in free throw rate, offensive rebound percentage. The defensive rebound percentage is down. The assist percentage is lower, but you have a lower turnover percentage, a lower usage percentage, higher win shares on both the offensive and defensive sides of the ball, as well as the win share per 48. So I feel like if we're going to make the decision here about splitting hairs at this point in the season, and that is not to say that Caitlin cannot come on strong, because I absolutely expect her to when she gets fully healthy on the back end of the All-Star break. But Skylar Diggins, I think, is the one pick that you can say with a degree of controversy is in there, because there's also, my second team, for instance, at this juncture is Breanna Stewart, Sabrina, Caitlin, Aaliyah, Boston, Satu. Stewie could be up in that first team if we're going positionless. I think Sabrina's been too streaky. I feel like to be on a first team, I need consistency out of you. And Aaliyah having to compete with Fee, Asia, and Allisha is difficult. Allisha here is the case that Aaliyah could make, but I will get into Alyssa Thomas's numbers in just a moment. As for Allisha Gray, I think it's pretty clear that this is a person that is enjoying the career year of career years. I mean, when we go in and look at her statistics here, getting it right off my screen, her average career points per game, 13.5, 4.4 rebounds, 2.4 assists on 43% shooting, 36 from three. It's good. It's not great. Look at the difference in this Carl Smesko offense, man. Almost 6 full points up, almost 1 full rebound up, 1.7 assists up, 4 percentage points from the field, 6 percentage points from three, 6% effective field goal. I mean, the numbers have just been utterly dramatic. And then the advanced stats are even crazier. I mean, it's career highs in everything. PER, true shooting, 3-point adjusted. Her defensive rebound percentage is slightly down, but the assist percentage is way up from where it was last season. Her win shares are right in the ballpark of where she's generally been, but that win share per 48 all the way up to 279. So Allisha Gray, easy pick here. I mean, I don't really think you can make an argument anywhere else that this is not a first team All-WNBA player at this juncture of the year. I think there is an argument, given that things have been a little slower this season, that A'ja Wilson is maybe not the person that is as much of a lock for the first as she was last season. But this is one of those scenarios where I don't want it to be like LeBron fatigue, right? Because we do this to LeBron sometimes where we leave him off first teams and it's like, no, he's still that valuable. And I think the same for A'ja. Like, I still think Asia's still this valuable, right? Like, she's still flirting with 30 in terms of her PER. Her numbers are slightly down on shooting, but it's been right where it's been in all of her MVP years. Like, the free throw rate is substantially up, and we've seen that a lot this season from her. She's just been getting to the line so much more. The rebounding percentage in the same ballpark. Her assist numbers are way up this season. Although the turnovers and the usage are the turnovers are way up. The usage is kind of in the same ballpark that it was. The win shares are where things get a little bit dusty, because it's just not the same team anymore. It's not the same team. The Aces are not as good as they were. And we know this. I mean, we're not crazy enough to think and believe that, this team is what they were 2 or 3 years ago, even a year and a half ago. But I still think that Asia is that good. I think it's more of a failing that the team isn't good because of the team, a lack of GM coaching, the vibes, whatever. I just don't understand or see why it would be something that would get docked against her in that way. My fourth pick, easy and simple, warrants literally no further explanation. Napheesa Collier, she's the MVP runaway candidate this year. The closest I think anybody was at one point was Asia. I think right now it's a clear second tier behind Fee. Fee is the number one player right now in the MVP voting. And I think you can make an argument that any amalgamation of the other four people on this first team, they could be anywhere from second to fifth. I don't care what order you put them in, as long as you put Fee one. So that's my belief there. Allisha Thomas is a fascinating story because she is somebody that we have had conversations about her as a potential MVP candidate every single year, with numbers that for me have largely been pedestrian, I guess is the best way I would describe it. It's hard to try and assess somebody's numbers when they don't have labrums, they don't have shoulders. They're averaging 15 points a game, but all of the other numbers that they have to buoy along with it are, they're fantastic. We go into the advanced stats once again, and the advanced numbers tell the story. Most efficient she's been in her career, best true shooting of her career, which is incredible given how effective and efficient she typically is. A little bit less active on the boards, but 56.3%. Like, think about how crazy that is. Every time on the floor, 1 in 2 baskets is assisted by Allisha Thomas at any point this season, on a substantially lower turnover rate and a usage rate that's kind of in its own general ballpark. Her win shares are, pretty much the same as they've been, but the per 48s are career high as well. Kind of speaks to the fact that they're just generally a better team this season. But they have been unbelievable with her in the lineup right now. And I think the fact that Allisha Thomas still is managing to do this year in and year out is unbelievably impressive. It is something that we can very easily overlook when you start to look at the per game stats. Let me pull the per games here as well, because it really underscores how much we don't really respect Allisha Thomas, when it comes to the play in general. Let me we'll show this one instead. Because when you look at these, 15.3 points per game, 9.5 assists, 7.5 rebounds. Now, MVP last year, think about this. Allisha Thomas was 5th in the MVP voting last year on 10.6 points, 7.9 assists, 8.4 rebounds per game. She was 2nd in 2023 with 15.5 points, 7.9 assists, and 9.9 rebounds a game. She is effectively doing what she did in 2023 when she was a first-team All-WNBA player, a second vote for MVP, All-Star, All-Defense first team. To me, that tells me you are still on first team. Like, you're still a first-team player. You are a nearly walking triple-double. And again, you're doing it without shoulders. Like, you don't have labrums, mind you, and you are still doing this. And if this 9.5 holds, mind you, that's going to smash Caitlin Clark's record that she set last season in terms of total assists. And I think we can't understate just how much the game has changed and how much players like Clark and Paige Beckers have changed it, how A'ja Wilson has changed it, because every season we're getting a new set of award-winning, record-breaking statistics, right? Like, A'ja's smashed the PER records for the last 2 seasons. Caitlin came in and crushed the assist record. Angel came in and crushed the rebounding record. And I would implore people to go look on the WNBA subreddit for Angel, because there is a really cool statistic where they factor out, the rebounds, and she is still the most generational rebounder as a rookie in the WNBA's history, which is pretty cool. And then you have Alyssa Thomas, who she had the assist record, mind you, before it was broken by Caitlin, and Tisha Penashero had the rookie record. And generally, man, there they go. They're setting records yet again. So that's the coolest thing about what this group kind of is to me, and just how balanced and really solid they are across the board. Honestly, I feel good about my first team. Let me know what you think in the comments. Give it a like, give it a subscribe, give it a share, talk to your friends, get to a consensus. Let me know in the comments who is your first team. Let me know who your MVP is, and also who your rookie of the year is. Because right now I got Paige, but I think Sonia Citron has the potential to make a run here still late in the year once we get to the second half. As always, you can find us on nocapspacewbb.com. And remember again, folks, if you are somebody in the Indianapolis area that has a friend that wants to get into playing some basketball, or you have a kid, a grandkid, a niece or nephew who's in the area and wants to hoop, make sure you sign up for Fran Harris's fantasy camp on All-Star Weekend, Saturday morning, franharrisallstar.com. You can find all our work on nocapspacewbb.com as well. Our full mid-season awards list next Thursday, and tap in next Tuesday for Ball Up Top, where we're going to break down all of our picks as well in the podcast form for you. But until then, this has been No Cap Space WBB. We'll see you all very soon.